Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another super fun edition of a quick video here through Fico's Gaming Mind. I'm Fico, and today we're talking about two-time worst game company of the year, EA, striking again with another free-to-play game. And it's not so free-to-game model. Now, this has just been recently announced. I first found out about this through Stonefox Media. I'm going to add the link down below. And I started digging a little bit around the internet. And this is sort of kind of like a little-known fact. The game, first of all, is not even out. The game is called Need for Speed No Limits. It's been out for a bit in other regions in the world. It's not out yet in America. It's going to be out for both Android and iOS. And it looks like a pretty nice looking game. It's about a 674 sized download from what I've read. And it basically sort of just kind of allows you to pick different kinds of races. It's got that sort of like a Need for Speed undergroundish kind of feel, but you're basically just picking races on a map. From what I've seen from the footage, you can upgrade your car, and I think you can play with other people online. I don't know that I've played it because it's not even out yet, but that's not really the point here. That's not really the point, because that's not the reason why I'm talking about this. As you all know, I don't like racing games. Racing games and I are, kind of on the not really speaking terms, because, as I said before, they seem kind of monotonous. I mean, they don't seem all that fun to me. If we're talking about Mario Kart, then okay, fine, that's fun to me. But the awesome folks at EA have decided to not learn from their lessons last year and decided to implement probably a slightly worse microtransaction system. Now, this is being reported through a site called AndroidPolice.com, but Stonefox Media used that article. I've tried looking for other sources, but this all seems to be quite legit, and it is true. You have microtransactions in this game. They call it a free game, but this game has microtransactions in it. However, it basically has the mechanic of you are basically playing the game for a limited amount of time. So what is this limit that the game is called? The limit in the game called Need for Speed No Limits, it's called petrol. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite literally gasoline. You have a gas gauge in the system that is used up for certain missions, and you then apparently run out of gas, and you, if you want to keep playing, you either have to wait some time for the magical gas fairies to fill up your car again, or you can pay with real money for digital gas for your digital car. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. EA has added the mundane task of filling your fake car, fake gas, with real money, so you could keep playing. They've basically made it so that you would have to keep it's a pay to play model that you can basically keep on playing the game, or you have to wait until it's time for you to play again. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound a bit familiar? Because that kind of sounds a little bit like Dungeon Keeper, right? You got to move from block to block. You got to send your minions out. And you can wait either an hour or a day till they break a block. Or you can go to the store, buy with real money these rubies or stones or gems or whatever, and you could use up those gems to dig a block. And everything around the game is sort of catered so that you would have to keep on going to the store, and you have to keep on paying real money. And Dungeon Keeper is apparently also free as well. That was last year. I put that one as one of the things that I hated from the year before in my overall year in review, when I spoke mostly negative about the things that really bothered me from last year. And this is just January of 2015. We're not even done in the first month of the year 2015, and EA has officially come back to try to reign supreme as the worst company in America. They won it twice. They didn't win it last year, I think. But, you know, I think what they said was they figured, you know what? Ubisoft has got enough attention. Let's come back with a bang. Now, EA has been doing this a lot with their franchises. I mean, they did it with Garden Warfare when it wasn't there before, but apparently the game was built so that they could implement microtransactions later, and they did. And some people were stupid enough to praise EA for fixing the problem. Yeah, they created the solution for a problem they created and knew they were going to implement the solution later. Awesome. Thumbs up. And also doing it with Dungeon Keeper. But the reason that apparently it sounds worse is because you can pay with multiple kinds of ways, like multiple ways you can pay for this petrol. But apparently there's also this rare type of currency you could pay, and that is gold. And gold can get you not just gas, but you could also upgrade your car, and it could also give you premium, quote-unquote, transactions in this sham of a game that will nickel and dime you all the way. Now, I don't have enough strength at the moment to get mad. I've ranted to myself as to how could EA be so stupid to repeat the same damn mistake that they did last year with Dungeon Keeper. I mean, seriously. I mean, is it enough for them to take a franchise that is well known to many people and sort of tempt them to be like, hey, guess what? We got Dungeon Keeper back. And they tempt them, and then they give them this incredibly deceiving game that is basically not even really pay to win. It's actually pay to play, because the game stops. And this is the same thing. No limits. Has no limits as the game's title. And it is probably the most limiting Need for Speed game that EA has ever done. And I'm sure that's true, because last I checked, there was never ever a point in any of the Need for Speed games where the game just stops until you have to give it like 24 hours. Let's pretend it's 24 hours. Or you can just pay a little bit more. That would actually be kind of worse too, because you would be paying full price for the game and you then get told you can't. And the fact that people are saying that games can no longer be okay, so this model kind of has to be quote unquote the future. And I think that is BS. BS. Both capitalized, because that is, to me, definitely not the case. I don't know where people are getting this idea that this is the future. No, this isn't the future. This is a catastrophe. This is taking advantage of people. And trust me when I tell you, if we let this become the future, if we let this become part of our other games, then it is going to be the catastrophe, because that to me is being taken advantage of. And EA has done this before with games that I really like. Mass Effect 3 has had implemented something for their multiplayer, which you could pay real world money to get currency in the game so you can buy the chests, but you do not have to. You can play the games in the multiple difficulties with the multiple enemies. You can play platinum and you can die trying or actually survive and get a whole lot of money. So they don't punish you. You work as hard as you force yourself to work to get the currency, to get to play these games and get the chest and get the characters and get the weapons and get the power-ups and get everything you can from the multiplayer. You aren't punished at all like that. This is a game where you play and you put in as much as you can, and you can basically unlock stuff without even ever having to pay real money for it. And EA knows that this way it works, but apparently EA isn't getting anything in return for this, so they figured Need for Speed, it has a few fans, it's been a while since it's been in the mobile platforms, let's come back with a vengeance. Yeah, let's charge real money for gas to drive a car with your phone or your tablet. Seriously, EA, this is definitely a great start for you this year. Awesome start. Congratulations. So this is me clapping. Look, listen. Hey. There are your claps. That's it. You're going to get a few claps, but there you go. I'm clapping. I'm clapping for you. Congratulations. You have suddenly gained momentum once again to become worst company in America. Awesome. Keep up the good work. Keep it up. Actually, I take that back. Don't keep it up. Your decisions are screwing up with games. Please stop it. Get real and realize that the gamers don't want this kind of system. It only benefits you. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit the mobile gamers, and it doesn't benefit anybody. Stop being bitches and stop with this crap. And everyone else who wants to implement this kind of system, stop with this crap. Gamers do not want to keep paying for this sort of thing. We do not want gameplay to stop so that we have to pay in order for it to continue. Stop it. Stop it. Stop this bullshit. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have any other games down below that follow this model and you're irked to your mind as to why this has been happening, you let me know. Rage down below if you want as well. Let me know what this sort of system makes you feel. And if you agree with me, give this a like. Subscribe to this channel if you want to. And follow me on Facebook so you could see other things that I've been posting around. And as always, thank you so much for listening and watching. My name is Fico, and that EA was my gaming mind. Peace out, guys.